What's going on, the Winners Win podcast? Your boy Loso 2.0, and I have a special guest here with me. Would you do the pleasure of introducing yourself?
Joseph White, man, Delaware State University alum, man.
All right, Joe. So why don't you start off by kind of letting the audience know about what you do? Yeah, just go ahead and do that.
All right, so I'll do a little bit of everything, but the majority. So I play professional basketball now, but I'm also a trainer and coach as well, back home. So I do both of those things right now.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So and where's back home for you?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, born and raised.
Oh man, Baltimore. I heard about Baltimore being a little rough out there. How do you how were you able to basically get out of that environment into like a professional environment? Do you feel like that like basically like held you back and stuff or what?
Nah, bro. Like a lot of people when they like get on stuff like this, they be like they want to say like negative things or like where they from, whatever the case is. Everything ain't all bad, bro. Like I don't blame nobody for my situation or my circumstances. I can't help like where I grew up. So I don't think it held me back. I think it kind of like fueled me because I'm
Hmm.
like, all right, I don't want to be living in this particular lifestyle or whatever I'm used to or whatever I see. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. So also like I come from a really big family where everybody we like blue collar people. So they like, man, like whatever you want, you work for it. So that's kind
Hmm.
of my mindset and how I propelled myself forward to where I'm at now.
Okay. So you said a big family with a blue collar mindset. Do you feel like they were real supportive of, your career as far as, professional basketball playing, coaching also?
Bro, sacrifice everything, man. Like they was willing to bet the bank on me, like everybody. Like it's crazy. So majority is like so my immediate family is me, my mom, my sister, and my niece, right? My niece is one, so she, that's my immediate family. And then like my two grandparents, and then I got a bunch of cousins, a bunch of aunts and uncles. Everybody like used to come out to all my games, everything. Like they were so supportive. They were like, man, if this is your dream, follow it. Sometimes people be so stuck up on like playing in the NBA. Of course, that was my dream at one point, but at a certain point, I kind of was like, look, I do want to hoop. Like at the end of the day, I want to hoop. So I might make the NBA, might not, but I know it's a lot of money in Europe and other countries that's paying the same way that NBA players getting paid. So I was like, look, no matter what my circumstances is, I just got to find a way to get over there. Once I get over there, I'll take care of the rest, and that's exactly what happened.
Hmm. That's that work, man. That's that work. So what's your typical schedule look like, as a professional basketball player, man?
So my rookie season has been a little weird. So, um, over where I was playing, we were 7 hours ahead of the US. So
Hmm.
I would have to stay up a lot of times just to talk to my family. So I'll start with like the night before. So like let's say I stay up until about 4 a.m., which is 9 a.m. here. And then I
Hmm.
go to sleep until probably I would say like 10 a.m. My time there. I get
Hmm.
up, go lift from 11 to 12. After that, come back, take a nap, eat whatever I got to do, and then we'll go to the gym, work out, practice, and then I do that 5 days a week, and then we play on the weekends. Only because like the league I was in was it's a starter league, so it's more
Hmm.
so for a bunch of rookies. So really, with those like second tier and third tier leagues, you don't play every other day or every other night, a couple times a week. You play once a week. So that's kind of how my daily schedule was. I'm actually, it's crazy, I'm back home now, so I
Hmm.
just got back home like 2 weeks ago. So I'm trying to keep that same schedule too.
Oh, okay, cool. So where does let's go back in time, right, to the old Joseph White. Like what made you start basketball? Like let's hear your origin story, right?
All right, so I started playing when I was 9. I would be honest, like I wasn't that good at the time. So
Hmm.
I was just like, yo, I'm gonna just grind. Like I'm gonna find a way. Like I ain't never had like, I mean, we got a lot of like outside courts out here, but I'll
Hmm.
play outside with my older cousins. I'll play outside with them. And then once I hit like seventh and eighth grade, I made like the middle school team, but I didn't
Hmm.
play much. So that was I have like a best friend that's really close to me. We would play together, but at the time he was always better than me. So like I was kind of trying to push myself, not because I was envious of him, but like I wanted
Hmm.
to be as good as him. We played two different positions. So I was trying to be as good as him to make him look better on the court. But I didn't play much 7th, 8th grade. My 8th grade, 9th grade summer going to high school, my goal was just to grind. Like my mom would drop me off at this place called St. Francis Academy every day. And I work out with my trainer for that whole summer. 9th grade year came, and I was the only freshman that started on JV. Like out here, like it's kind of hard to play varsity as a freshman unless you like a real big stud, because every school is competitive. So it's like, seniority type of thing as well. So me starting on JV my freshman year after not playing much on the middle school team was huge for me.
Yeah.
And thank God I happened to find a coach that believed in me. So like, that's when my confidence kicked in. Like before that, I had confidence, but my confidence hadn't really kicked in until I met my JV coach. And he was like, man, like, you can hoop, like, just go. Like, I trust you, man. Like, and a lot of people don't have that. And I feel like that's where a lot of people fall off. So freshman year, sophomore year, I'm playing well on JV. Varsity came my junior year, and I was the only junior that started with all the seniors. So I wasn't in unfamiliar territory for a while. My school wasn't I wouldn't say we was one of the top schools. We were kind of like one of those middle of the pack schools at the time. We were solid. We beat all the teams we were supposed to beat. And then we could probably sneak maybe 1 or 2 wins against a top team in the county. And we would beat most of the city teams that we played at that time on our schedule. Senior year came, I had a goal of, going D1. Big goal. And I felt like to this day, I let myself down by I was too ahead of myself. Like I felt like I wasn't being pushed in practice with my varsity coach, with my teammates at that time. So I got cocky. Like I got so cocky that I came up with this whole nickname for myself and everything. Like, and when we played the top schools, sometimes I played really well, sometimes I wouldn't. So it came down to me just being inconsistent. It wasn't that I couldn't play. It was just one game I played really well, the next game I played really bad. And I think that came from my mindset of, I was putting so much pressure on myself to be great that I wasn't just taking it one day at a time or focused on, all right, I had a bad game, let me get back in the gym tomorrow. It wasn't that for me at that time. I was so focused on playing D1. And nobody was calling me. Like, nobody was calling me at that time. So after that, what I started doing, me and my mom, which this is like, lead into a longer conversation, we would literally, I would email, since I wanted to play D1, I did D1, D2, D3, NAIA too. I'm telling them my huddle highlight my senior year with a generic email. Like, I'm interested in your institution, like 200, 300 schools. We also, my senior year, we would just get in the car and just drive around to different schools and just go in there like, hey, excuse me, is the athletic director here? Can I speak to him? Is the coach here? Hey, we can do a workout right now. My bag in the car. Like, that's how I was coming my senior year. Yeah, that's how I was coming. And, looking back on it now, in my opinion, I wasn't as good as I am now. So, I wasn't, I think I had lost that cockiness. That kind of like turned my drive up. All right, I got to get better, because I kept hearing no, 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 no. I got one opportunity at a small, I don't even know what to call it. Like, it wasn't an NCAA school, but it also wasn't NAI, but it was called Central Penn College. Went up there, I got humbled my freshman year. I played with a bunch of guys that was 22, 23. And I was 17 at the time, didn't play much. We were a really good team. Like, we ended up going to the championship in our conference, everything. But I didn't play much, and that kind of hurt my pride. But at the same time, I learned a lot from those guys. Like, those are my lifelong guys, because they was trying to show me, like, bro, you got 4 years here at the end of the day. And I didn't really understand that at 17. I just wanted to be in the game, for the girls, whatever, the love of the game, everything. I was caught up in everything, college, never been away from home, all that. Sophomore year, transfer. I come back home, play JUCO. I know you know all about that.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
Was what really made me. So I come back home and I attended Howard Community College. I'm going to the workouts during the summer, playing well. And our season just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. It was too many moving pieces. As you know, at JUCO, you have a lot of guys that may fail off, or the team changes. It's a lot of different rules. So that kind of impacted my game as well. But at that time, I was always in the gym. So even if nobody saw me working, I was slowly getting better. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like I was just going like this. Like I was slowly getting better. Like every time I played, so I was just working on my game, working on my game. Again, I'm emailing D1s, D2s, trying to get an offer. Nobody came calling. Graduated JUCO, and I had to find a school. I ended up attending University of Maryland, Baltimore County. And I tried to walk on, and I sat in the coach's office like, hey, like, do you have a walk-on spot? And he looked at me in my eyes and was like, nah, like, but you can be a manager. And at that time, I had to make a decision. Like, I was like, I got to be okay if I never play basketball again. And I made that decision. Like, yeah, I'll be a manager. And I promise you, I was the best manager they ever had. Right. And that year was the year that UMBC ended up making history, beating the first 16 seed to be the one in March Madness. So it was kind of crazy how everything worked out for me being a manager on that team and learning from those guys. After that, same thing, pulled up Delaware State, in the AD's office, my name, Joseph White, conversation, boom. Ended up going there. One of my coaches ended up coming over there from UMBC. And that's kind of how that situation worked itself out. But I'm glad I'm more here with you, bro, because you understand what it meant to go to Delaware State for one, the HBCU, and then two, also you played basketball at the time, right? So again, like I said, this might go viral, bro. So I don't know if you know this. Our senior year, I got suspended from the team, right? Nobody knew. Well, I guess a lot of people started finding out once they stopped seeing me around. My junior year, as everybody knew, I redshirted, so it wasn't no issues. My senior year, I came in, worked hard. I was supposed to, be competing for at least some type of playing time.
Yeah.
And I never got an opportunity. So after like the first 8 games of the season, we were awful. Like,
yeah,
I don't think we were like bad as a team. I just think we couldn't figure it out. Like we just everybody want to be that. Everybody want to be the guy. Nobody really wanted to play a role. I wanted to play a role. I was cool with going out there and playing defense every night. I was cool with that.
Yeah.
And then like right up until the suspension, my coach basically came out and said, like, in so many words, he ain't like me, like as an individual. And I was like, man, I've been respectful to everybody on campus. Like I'm on president list, everything. And to this day, never really had that conversation with him about what happened. But we had a conversation. He ended up deciding to suspend me. And I was like, all right, cool. Like I felt like I had done nothing wrong, man. Like penalizing me for stuff that ain't had nothing to do with me.
Yeah, facts.
I got suspended, took that on the chin, ended up fighting the suspension. And again, nobody knew this. I'm just walking around campus, everybody asking me like why I'm not around the team. I'm trying to explain, like, man, I just, I got suspended. I ended up basically fighting my suspension, and they ended up having to let me back on the team like 2 weeks before like senior night. And it's crazy. The one game I played at Delaware State, I got in and got a bucket. And like my teammates knew what I could do. The coaches knew what I could do. But I guess personalities for them and my personality, I'm not I'm not aggressive. So when it was going down, I wasn't really speaking up for myself at that time. But then when I got to a point where I felt like I was being disrespected, I had to say something. So when I said something, it was kind of like, I'm the coach, you the player. And I was like, I've been respecting you and your manhood all this time. And I feel like you disrespecting me. And I kept it blunt, I kept it real. And that kind of came to a head, which led to my suspension. And when they found out that I did nothing wrong, did the investigation and all that, they let me come back. Thank God they let me come back. And again, with that experience, man, like it gave me a certain mindset that one, nothing guaranteed. And then for two, no matter your circumstances, you gotta just put that work in and can't be attached to the result of your work. Like your work may never show. Like, to be honest, like anybody watching this, your work may never show. But the more work you put in, the more good results you have. Like, I believe that good things happen to good people. When you live your life the right way, meaning like you create good habits, like getting up early, working out, or whatever it is that you want to do in your life, right? If you create good habits, good things follow that. I'm not saying bad things not going to happen, but for
Mm-hmm.
the majority, the way you live your life is the result that you're going to get. So I live my life the right way, so that way the results that I'm looking for come. Like you said, you was asking me about my circumstances being from Baltimore. I don't never look at being from Baltimore as a hindrance to me. I look at it as it was an opportunity for me to grow, because it put me in so many different uncomfortable situations where it forced me to grow. And the more uncomfortable situations you're in, the faster you grow. I
Mm-hmm.
was cool with that. And I learned to embrace that once I graduated college, went through all of those dark times. I learned to just embrace the struggle. Embracing the struggle, it can't rain forever.
It can't. You're right.
So that, you feel me? That's kind of the conclusion I came to after I graduated, man. I know it's probably gonna be a lot of like former hoopers or hoopers still trying to make it. I went to the camps. Like I did it. Like I paid to go to the camps, man. Like I said, we bet the whole bank on me. And if you want to look at my statistics, I wasn't like statistically, I wasn't good. But
Mm.
whenever it was time for them lights to show up and I got an opportunity, I turned up. Like I legit did that. So every time I went to a new showcase, and let's say I went to a showcase play bad, which means I guess for other people it would be like I failed. I never
Mm-hmm.
felt that way. I never felt like I failed. I'm like, all right, I came here and I learned that, all right, it's too many guys around the country that's doing this. Or I learned how to play a role before I learned how to be a star player. And that's
Mm-hmm.
eventually got overseas. I was able to be a star player because I can also fill a role. So I'm not cocky. I'm confident with a lot of humbleness. I don't talk too much. I don't say too much. Like I kind of get in where I fit in. That's how I learned to survive. For me,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work for everybody. Some people need to be the alpha dog. Sometimes I need to be the alpha dog. Sometimes I need to be a follower. That's just how life works. So as I did the camps and stuff, I hopped on my phone, started reaching out to teams, agents, all that. Thankfully, I found an agent that believed in me, and we were able to get in contact with a team over in Moldova, set everything up. I was able to go over there. They wanted me. That was the first time in my life, besides when I was on JV, where I was allowed to be myself, and I
Mm-hmm.
dominated. Like every game, it was like, all right, I put so much work in behind closed doors that I want this to show. And while I'm here, I'm not going, let up. So I'm gonna lift every day if I can. I'm gonna shoot every day if I can. That was me. And that's who I am now, because again, I created good habits. I'm a good person. I read my Bible. You feel me? I talk to God, everything. I keep my family close. So that's kind of if you want to say my origin story up till now, that's where I am now.
Dang, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that was super, super powerful, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you would think like after going through JUCO, I already know how it is, man. JUCO product, man. You know what I mean? That joint put a chip on your shoulder. So I really feel that. I'm telling you, bro. I feel all that stuff, and then to still keep going to these and like basically like, no, you're gonna see me. You know what I mean? Regardless of everything going on, bro. That's tough. That
Bro,
really is tough,
I had
bro.
to, bro. And I saw like certain guys, especially when I got to DSU, where it was like I felt like guys was getting slighted in the tryouts, stuff like that. Like, because obviously everything these days is politics, bro. I ain't never gonna say it ain't no politics for sure. I'm blessed. So I can't, like I said, when I live my life the right way, I don't pay attention to the politics. All the negative stuff, negative energy, hey man, I take it in, processes. All right, this person feel this way, this person feel this way. Now I'm in a space of everybody gonna have something to say about me personally, my game. You know, how did he make it overseas and I didn't? How was he able to play at this school and I didn't? Like, bro, I hear it all, especially like you said, being from Baltimore. Like, I hear all the negative talk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't none of that phase me. Because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm not worried about the next man, next woman. I'm not worried about what you're doing, because you can't be me and I can't be you. People can't walk in my shoes and I can't walk in theirs. So I keep my energy that way. So that way I never want people to feel like I'm better than them because I play overseas. I'm not. I'm not. People don't understand what playing overseas takes. It's lonely. You feel me? You by yourself.
Mhm.
You in a country where people don't speak English. All those kinds of things. So now what I'm trying to do is, especially with this platform, I'm happy you brought me up on this platform, bro, and you build a platform for people like me. I'm trying to create a platform where I can help people get overseas. That's
Mhm.
what I want to do when I'm done. Be like, maybe a consultant or something like that, because now I have built those different connections, being a good person, living my life the right way, being humble about it, not causing any trouble, where I can help other guys from Baltimore, California, wherever, whoever you feel me want to go over there that can get in contact with me. I can help them get over there and let them know that it's possible, bro. Like y'all can go check the stats, bro. I wasn't that guy. I wasn't. But that don't mean you feel me. You can't be that guy like in your own right. You feel me? I feel
Yeah.
like I'm him.
Yeah.
Nobody tell me I'm not him. You feel me? I can go into a gym and people, bro, he this, he that. That's cool. That you feel me? Like my money not going to change because you feel a type of way about me. My family not going to stop supporting me. You feel me? My close homeboys, friends, girlfriend, ain't nobody going to feel a type of way because of your opinion about me. That's your opinion. Everything these days is subjective. It's based off how you see it. So
Hmm.
I just want people to take that. Like, I also believe that respect is subjective too. So
Yeah.
it's like everybody not gonna respect you. People, that's why you see people out here getting killed, different things, because they feel disrespected. Respect subjective, bro. Like the people that I want to respect me and I need to respect me, they do. And the people that don't. It don't bother me. I'm gonna live my life the same way.
I don't take it personal. I like that, bro. I like that.
Yeah, so you feel me? I know all our Delaware State friends, alum, everybody gonna watch this and be like, man, like I heard what he said, what happened. Anybody want to holler at me personally, man, I get, you feel me, off camera, you feel me, I tell you deeply what happened. But you know, I'm blessed that it happened though. Like I'm
Hmm.
genuinely, I'm happy that that took place because it made me this way. Like I ain't never talked, bro. Like I was never one of them people to be loud. I'm still not. But now I'm able to articulate and talk to people the way that you feel me. I want to be respected. Like I'm not going to be quiet on the issue that other people, you feel me, aren't talking about. I'm gonna speak up because I
Hmm.
went through that tough situation where I was the only one that spoke up about the situation that was going on the team. I was the only
Hmm.
bro. Nobody, you feel me? Any of my old teammates that watch this, bro, nobody had my back, bro. Like in my opinion, that's how I felt, except my roommate.
Hmm.
Nobody had my back. Nobody was hollering when I was off that team, bro. Nobody was reaching out. And again, this is all my perspective. Like,
Yeah, facts.
everybody. So I just want everybody out there to know that it's possible.
Hmm.
That's just where I'm at now, bro.
That's cool. That's cool, bro. Like, I mean, that's what makes people successful, right? Your ability to be yourself amidst chaos, like all that stuff happening, you still pushing, you still grinding, doing it every single day, bro. And I commend you for that, bro. That's tough. But the question I had to ask you, right, is like you're on the grind, overseas. Sounds like a super busy schedule and all stuff like that. How do you find that, work-life balance, really, right? Like, how do you do that?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I gotta say between my family and my girl, bro. Like that's really where that balance come in because they keep
Mhm.
me like, especially my girl, bro. She always on me about like basketball, like the world don't revolve around basketball. Like
Mhm.
understand that. Like you gotta have a hobby outside of that. Like you can't consume yourself. Like there's a lot of people that do consume themselves with it and they get caught up. Like I think that's why Steph Curry's so great. He don't consume himself in the game. Like people
Mhm.
feel him off, like he playing golf, he on the cooking show with his wife, all types of stuff like that. Dame, I think he boxes. Like you feel me? Those things are important. So the balance is definitely there, but it can be hard when you love something so much that you want to keep getting better at your craft every day,
Yeah,
keep
fact.
your craft. And then, but when you step away from it and it give you time to reflect, and then you can come back and be like, all right, maybe I can do this differently, maybe I can do that differently. So that's how
Mhm.
I created that balance.
That's cool. Nah, man, I'm personally I'm still working on myself, man. Wife say it all the time, like, dang, you always, writing your book, you always doing these interviews, you always doing this, that, and the third. Like, you got to learn how to just like take a step back. And I feel like having that strong woman in your corner, like, really does help, bro.
You got no hobbies, bro? Like outside of, you feel me, motivational, all that.
Bro,
Like,
that's literally my bro. I literally read 2 books a week. Like, I probably do like 50 things a day, and it all towards my goals, bro. Like, I probably hoop once a week.
you want to get to your end goal and then be able to chill when you're done.
Yeah, that's what I be trying to
I
be
want to I
grinding.
want us to be comfortable. Like, I want us to be comfortable when we 30, 35. I'm gonna
Hmm.
grind out. A lot of people don't have that mindset, bro. A lot of people want to go out. Not saying nothing wrong with going out, but a lot of people,
Hmm.
like, I'm one of them people. Before I went overseas, bro, I was working. Never missed
Hmm.
work. I'm going to work every day, going to work out at night. I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to make this work. Like, I'm gonna make this work because I understand the reality that you gotta, once you graduate college, you gotta work to be able to support your family. I
Hmm.
understand that from the jump, but that didn't mean I was gonna let my dream go by the wayside. But
Facts.
also, once I actually reach I don't feel like I'm at my goal yet, but like once I reached the part of my goal where I could take another step forward, I realized that the ball gonna stop bouncing one day. So you
Hmm.
something for somebody else for one, and then set yourself up for the future. And that's how I started, thinking about how to create a business and
Hmm.
make my money work for me. That's what I want also people to understand. Like, make your money work for you. Coming from an African American community, it's not a lot of people that do that.
Hmm.
Families that show you how to create generational wealth. It's millions of different ways to get money, but think about it. Other cultures, you feel me? They passing stuff down between generations.
Facts.
A lot of
Facts.
a lot of African Americans don't do that because
Hmm.
it's like think about it. If I got this, we feel like if I share this recipe with my friend or my homeboy, he gonna do it better than me. It ain't even about that. It's a lot more money out there for everybody, and everything ain't about money. But coming from where we come from, that's what people really think it's about. Like, nah,
Hmm.
when you being a good person, I go back to when you being a good person, living your life the right way, all of them things gonna fall in line. Like, also, like you, man, like I wake up, like I watch a lot of like Inky Johnson, bro.
Facts.
So, like, dude, to me, dude, a genius, bro. Like, he a genius that came from the gutter. I be watching him like, bro, like it can't get no, like, the way he lived his life. And again, I don't know him personally, so I'm just going based off of what he say. But when
Hmm.
I hear him, his message to people, I'm like, that, you feel me? That really sit right with me. So then I take that in to, the coaching and the training. Bro, you could be whatever you want to be, but at the end of the day, you gotta be a good young man or a young woman, like, first, because
Hmm.
that's what's going to take you further than this basketball or whatever you want to do.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. That's definitely a fact, though. So let me
Yeah.
ask you this then, right? So you seem like really educated on the topic, stuff like that. Do you read at all?
Bro, that's one thing that I can't bring myself to do now. And I understand, like, it'd be scary. Like, if you want to hide something from a black person, bro, put it in the book. Like, I got millions of books, bro. Like, I got millions. Like, my mom give me books. My mom is a principal of a school, bro. And that's one thing. So, like, for me, I think it's because, so I grew up with I was diagnosed with ADHD at a young age. So when I
Hmm.
read, um I would, like, it would go too fast. Like, I would read it, but I wouldn't kind of understand the information. So I would say, for people like me, I know it's probably a lot of people out there that have the same disability. I'd rather listen to a book than read it. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, like, when I'm in the car, I can cut on, a podcast like this, or somebody that's giving out information. I can watch YouTube all day. That's me. And, obviously now you can read, I mean, you can listen to audiobooks where it's like,
Hmm.
well, you just listen to it. So that's kind of my lane now, more so than open and reading the book. Honestly, it probably bring you peace though, right? Like when you sit down
Yeah.
and read.
Yeah. Bro, I read well my goal 100 books a year, man.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. On
okay.
self-development, Eric Thomas, like I know Inky John, Les Brown, all those people. Yeah, I mean, because I'm looking at the guys that I'm going to beat. I just got them all on the list.
Bro, I listen to Les Brown, Inky Johnson, ET,
Hmm.
everybody, bro. Like, that's really, like, used to get me through the day, like, because I'm like, all these guys are, the best thing about them. I don't feel like, and I don't know if you feel me, you feel the same way. it's their delivery of what they saying,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like it ain't even sometimes the message, bro. It's the way they presenting it to you. Like a lot of people don't be understanding what people saying because it's the way somebody talk to you. If you
Yeah.
talk to me with respect or you make me feel like I believe in you, bro, you could tell me to jump over the moon and I'm gonna go do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going no. But you feel me with their delivery, they capture you. You do the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't even know it. Like you capture an audience that gives you that's power. Like legit. Like you can really convince a million people in the room based off what you're saying. And what you're saying may not even work. People are convinced because of the way you talking to them. So I think that's a great skill that you got, bro. From what you feel me, like I did my research before I got up here. Like I watched a couple of your clips. I'm like, and you grinding for sure. Like it ain't no like I don't want to say I don't think division is the right word, but like you will speak to almost anybody that you think has value. Like if somebody has value, like something valuable,
Mhm.
no matter what realm it's in, it could be finance, it could be business, it could be sports, um, it could be anything, bro. All those things are a platform that you created.
Mm. I
So
appreciate that.
yeah, I'm trying. You feel? I gotta give you your flowers while you here, bro. Like, who knows when the next time we can have a conversation like this? Real what?
No, I appreciate it, bro. Listen. Oh, always available, always available. Now, if you had to leave the audience with one last piece of advice, what would you tell them?
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Man, let me think. I guess it got to go back to just being a good person, and being a good
Hmm.
person is just like I said before, creating good habits, um, helping somebody else. Like don't always put yourself first because when you put somebody else first, everything else gonna fall in line. And then the second thing I'll say is don't be a product of your circumstance.
Hmm.
Once you fall into that, who knows where you might end up. Don't make excuses for your obstacles. Find a way to get it done. And if you can't find a way, go find somebody that you feel me is in a position or going in the same direction that you want to go to and talk to them and keep it real. Don't be afraid to network. You like that's one thing I learned. I'm not afraid to network anymore. So, excuse me, those are some things that I want the audience to really understand about me and really take away from this particular conversation.
No, definitely powerful message, man. Honestly, a lot of stuff you talk about was great stuff. I didn't even know some of the stuff, but it just makes me
Yeah.
respect you more. I always respect you anyway, but made me respect you even more as a player. Like, you don't see so much stuff on social media or even on campus. You don't know what people are going through. And to see you going through all that stuff and still come out on top, man, that's good work right there, honestly.
Sure, man. I guess the last thing I'll say is, man, I gotta shout out my grandma real quick, bro. I got on
Hmm.
today with this message to come up here and talk for her, bro. I just lost my grandmother yesterday.
Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear
Yesterday.
that, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, it's tough, but again, I committed to something when me and you talked the first time, and I'm like, this is what she would want me to do. So I got up here and I put my all into it. Hopefully, you feel me. You could bring me back on the next 5 years.
Yeah.
We doing a panel back at DSU with a bunch of people in front. You feel me?
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I definitely appreciate it, man. So if anybody had to reach out to you for any basketball training or trying to get overseas, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
for sure. They can hit me up on IG at __ Joseph White. But also in the next couple of months, I have a website up for sure.
Hmm.
Where people can sign up for a consultation. I already got a lot of guys that's looking, again, I'm sending people directly to the league that I was in. So
Hmm.
feel me, if anybody want to tap in, follow me, man, I'm an open book. So yeah, appreciate you bringing me up here.
No, no problem, man. I appreciate you. Use a lot of golden nuggets. I'm gonna start, take some of that stuff and put it into my second book, bro. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Anything else you want to leave for the audience before we get out of here?
Nah, bro, I'm good. I just appreciate you bringing me up here.
Yeah, no, hey, man, I appreciate you, right, man. Well, you heard it from Joseph White, man. Literally made not a product of his environment at all. Absolutely not at all. I want you guys to keep killing the day, man. Winners win, losers lose, and you pray for success like this. 2.0 out.
Yeah.